Hello, my name is Shaquan.
And my name is Joshua.
And this is
WinstonGraySaga.
Cedar Point. So it is question time. So we're doing two videos in one. Carpool karaoke, our trip, well, three videos. Carpool karaoke, our trip towards Cedar Point, and pride questions. We're killing all the birds with one stone.
Because he knows that I don't like to make videos because I'm always tired and always working, so he's trying to cram everything in.
Cram everything in one video so he can get Josh to do it. Right? So it's Pride Month.
Woo!
It's a Tinker Outlets.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride Month, guys. So what does Pride Month mean to you? What does Pride mean to you?
It's a good question. Pride to me is, number one, having love for yourself, period. Number two, then having love for others, period. And number three, bringing those first two together to really have a true meaning of equality. And because, I mean, love, for me at least, creates equality in everyone. That's within sexuality, religion, genders, age, race, it doesn't matter. I don't give a damn. I just don't, because it's all about love, and that's it.
Well, yeah, love is supposed to unite.
And to me, that's what pride is. I take pride in my love. I take pride in the way that I treat people, and I take pride in the way that they feel.
So if you could define pride in one word, it's love.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, it definitely boils down to love, but I think that pride is also a time to celebrate the past, think about the future, and live in the present of all of the things that we've accomplished, where we're going. But obviously, pride this year is a hell of a lot different than what it was last year, and especially the year before. 2 years ago, this time, we got marriage equality. Last year, we were mourning, unfortunately, the loss of the 49 in Orlando. And this year, I don't know if you... Obviously, nothing compares to the losing 49 of our brothers and sisters, but, like, damn. Like, is it... We're at that high point of marriage equality, and then we're so far down, and then we're like, well, shit, now we're basically lower than what we were last year. So it's a time to come together, continue to think about the past, celebrate the present, but really try to find ways to continue to resist in the future. But how do we come back from the last 2 years better than what... But how do we get back to 2015?
So, sum up your definition of pride to one word. How's about a phrase?
It's that phrase, the cliche phrase. Remember the past, celebrate the present, think about the future.
Okay.
So that's really what pride was all about.
Hazard reported ahead.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you,
really what pride was ever supposed to be about. Was, you think about how pride started with Stonewall and Marsha P. But that's how we were. We were thinking about the past,
right? And
they were trying to push us into the future, and then celebrating what we accomplished,
right?
Hazard reported ahead.
Okay, so question 2. I actually read an article on my Facebook page, and I felt that it was very necessary to bring it to the forefront. I really loved the concept, and I really loved the subject, and I think that it's something that needs to be talked about. So my question to you is, what are your thoughts on black queer folk bringing their white partners or friends to a black queer event or black queer pride? And queer right now is covering LGBTQIAA, all of them, just all of them.
I don't think there's anything wrong with you bringing your partners or Caucasian friends to an event. The difference in bringing and just showing up, just showing up to a black LGBT event, it's a little different than being invited. And it's just like showing up to anywhere without an invitation, where it's kind of directly for that demographic. I mean,
when there's heavy emphasis on black queer
right, black queer
crowd,
pride. I mean,
this is for them specifically.
I mean, I guess you have to realize, you have to understand why there is a such thing as black gay pride.
Right.
I mean, going back right to the original reason why pride started was that another deer?
Babe, yes, we are out here where deer get hit.
Anyway, going back to the original reason why pride was created, if memory serves me right, it goes back to the Stonewall riots.
Right.
And it was never meant to necessarily be a celebration of sort.
Right.
It became that afterwards by the white people started the pride parade and what you see in almost every city across the globe today, the celebration portion. But when Marsha P. and Gloria, I believe,
I'm not positive about it, so I'm not going to speak.
started the Stonewall riots, and they were trying to get us to come together and all of that stuff. That's what this was about. It was never about a celebration. But the white man started pride, and now you look at most of our pride parades and all of our celebrations, and they only resemble the white gay experience, the white LGBT experience, and that's not the same experience for persons of color, people of color, who might have it worse, when it comes to celebrating who you actually are. And that's why, like, places in Chicago and here in Columbus as well, there's gay black pride, so that we get to celebrate our differences while still coming together. And I've never actually been to a gay black pride, but I don't think that there's something wrong with inviting our white brothers and sisters into that circle, but it has to be an invitation. It can't be you just show up because you heard about it. It has to be an invitation. Do you think that it's okay for white people to show up to or to go to black pride events?
I'm not positive how I feel about white or Caucasian folks going to a black queer pride, because I find it for me, I would not go. I would not go to one. And it's not because I would feel uncomfortable. It's not because I wouldn't like it. It's not because of any of that. It is literally because of a respect boundary that I have. And this was before I even read the article.
Hazard reported ahead.
Thank you. Ways. This is actually before I even read the article that I felt like this. I felt that the article was a little pointed, and the language was a little strong and harsh, but I still understood the message, and in all actuality, it makes complete and perfect sense because of when the riots were happening, before Pride even was a thing. It was mostly black transgender people starting to speak up and starting to actually contest the law and speak out against, and it ended up with a white man's experience on the front cover.
I mean, like, you look at the video, that Stonewall, I don't remember what it was called. It was horrible because they portrayed it as the man throwing the brick through the window there. That was not how it happened at all. I mean, and you look at, it's always, this is how it has to be portrayed. Look at Michael Jackson being played by a white man in his biopic. Why does it always have to be, this is not how it was, but this is how it has to be?
Exactly, and that's my point, is that, this is not a bashing for white color. This is not a bashing for our history because we don't have anything to do with that. This is just inherited to our color and to our genders that people see us as. This is not our fault, but there's sure as hell something that we can do about it. Most certainly.
Reported ahead.
Thank you for that one. That's a good one.
Oh my God, thank you. And so, this I really felt needed to be brought to the forefront. For me, I would not go to a queer black experience pride because of respect. I don't want my face to be seen as just another white gay man's experience. It's not my place. It's not my place. Absolutely not.
But again, it is different if you're invited to the table. It's just like
there are people that think differently from you, and I can understand where you're coming from. I do.
I mean, obviously, these are all our opinions, but
yeah,
I believe that it's different if you're invited to the table, whether it's a black queer pride event, or we're just talking about Black Lives Matter, whatever it might be,
right,
that is related to our experiences as people of color. If you're invited to the table, it's different. If you're invited into...
Police reported ahead.
Okay.
If you're invited into the experience, it's totally different than just showing up and thinking that you
are just
that
you're hunky-dory.
You have to be here, or thinking that it's okay,
Yeah.
necessarily because of who you are. Because that goes back to your privilege, that you can walk into any room and not necessarily 100% feel comfortable, but that you're able to do that.
Right.
Like I can't necessarily walk into a room filled with my Caucasian brothers and sisters and number one, feel 100% accepted and welcome. But also, I there's not always times that I can speak knowing that my voice is going to be heard,
Right.
unless I make sure that my voice is heard.
Right. Absolutely. Makes perfect sense. What song is this?
You know this song. Here we go. I know you're tired of loving with nobody. Nobody to just grab somebody. No leaving this party with nobody to love. Nobody. Hey. The stars exploding will be fireproof. Hey, my youth is yours, swimming on the sky, sipping waterfalls. My youth is yours, run away now and forever. My youth is yours, the truth so loud you can't ignore my youth. Hey, my youth is yours. Oh, yeah, do the Troy dance.
Oh. It's the white boy rhythm dance.
It's just the white person dance because Lord does the same exact thing.
Well, no, that's when like white people have rhythm and they actually get into the music. That's what it looks
Are you
like.
saying Troy doesn't have rhythm?
No, he has rhythm.
Oh.
Like that's what happens when white people get rhythm
Ah.
and they get into the music.
I don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
it's a different thing. It's really weird. It's kind of like a twist between like hardcore European and square dancing. I don't. Yeah. I don't know what happens. But I find that I do the same thing in the mirror.
Of course you do. Remember, you don't have rhythm.
Shut up! And I do have rhythm. It's just shut up. I do have rhythm.